Hi, this is Patrick. In this video I'm going to show you how to install and set up Dreamweaver for EdTech 502. I've already installed Creative Cloud, so I'm going to go up to Creative Cloud and I'm going to go down and find Dreamweaver. I'm going to hit install. Notice you have some other options, other versions if you want. Once it's installed, I'm going to hit open. So when it's ready like this, I go ahead and hit create new. And I'm just going to create a basic HTML page because now I want to set up, or rather change the way this layout is. I'm going to actually ignore this for now. And so I'm going to go up to view. And you can see that you have some options up here from split and view mode, even switch views. So I'm going to start with split. And I'm going to change it to split vertically. And I'm going to go back over here to split again, and I'm going to say live view on the left. And so I personally tend to always work in design view. I like the code on the left and the design view on the right. I tend to work in design view more than live view. Live view enables me, if I want to check to see what the code looks like, rather than going into preview or uploading it. Sometimes live view is a real quick and easy way to see what it should look like. Okay, now that I have Dreamweaver set up the way I want, and be aware that there are other options here from you can go to developer view if you like that. I tend to work in standard. You can also create multiple workspaces. This tends to be what I use. The next step that I do whenever I install Dreamweaver is I create new sites. So I'm going to go up to site and I'm going to hit new site. I'm going to call this EdTech 2. And I'm going to pick somewhere on my computer to save all of my files. I usually create a folder in my documents folder called websites, and I usually create a shortcut over here. But for the case of this video, I'm just going to put a folder on my desktop. And I'm going to call it EdTech 2. And then within EdTech 2, I'm going to create a folder called Styles. I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to create one called Images. And you might want to create other folders as needed, such as you might have one for PDFs. You might have one for video or media. Right now I'm just going to start with the basic here. And I'm going to make sure EdTech 2 is selected and hit Choose. And so just like that, I've set up my new site. I do this whenever I install Dreamweaver on a new computer. I create new sites whenever I want to do something. You could even create a new site if you wanted to for each project in this course. I tend to recommend just creating one site for this course, but definitely later when you get into creating responsive design projects, sometimes it's helpful to create a separate site. The nice thing about creating new sites is that you can, when you're uploading, you can synchronize. I tend to not use synchronize. I tend to drag and drop, and we'll cover this in a future video on FTP. But for now, you can see that I have my EdTech 2 set up. So when I create a new page, for instance, if I save this as Plain 502, it's going to be over here in my EdTech 2 folder. So later you're going to go into your site and manage it in another video, and you're going to learn how to create an FTP connection to upload those. So you'd go to this pencil and you'd go over here and set this up. So we'll do this in another video, but this is basic way to get Dreamweaver installed and set up on your computer. Thanks.